You wake up, walk into the kitchen, and immediately pour yourself a cup of black coffee on an empty stomach. You are disciplined. You are fasting. You are following the standard advice to maximize your metabolic health. Yet the scale refuses to move. Your midsection holds on to weight, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a heavy cloud of brain fog leaves you exhausted, reaching for another caffeine fix just to finish the workday. It is easy to assume that your metabolism is failing or that your lunch was too heavy. We often blame a lack of willpower when we feel this midday crash, but these assumptions ignore the underlying biological signals. The problem lies in the timing. Consuming caffeine the second you open your eyes transforms an intended health habit into an aggressive, invisible stressor on your nervous system. This early cup of coffee spikes your stress hormones by 23%. Before you even leave the house, your body enters a state of high alert, forcing your fat cells to lock shut and hoard energy for a physical crisis that isn't happening. This timeline maps the first 2 hours of your biological morning. Notice this rising curve starting at minute 0. That is the dawn effect, your body's natural surge of cortisol, designed to transition you from sleep to alertness. It signals your liver to release stored glucose into your blood, providing energy to start your day without external fuel. When caffeine enters the system at minute 1, it violently stacks directly on top of that natural cortisol peak. This creates a massive, distorted spike in your internal stress levels. Your body interprets this sudden, overlapping surge of cortisol and caffeine as an emergency survival threat. In response, it immediately prioritizes energy conservation and prevents the release of fuel from your fat stores. The consequences manifest quickly. By minute 15, this stress response forces your liver to dump excessive sugar into your blood. To manage this sudden sugar wave, your pancreas releases a flood of insulin. By 7 in the morning, despite consuming 0 calories, this early caffeine collision has artificially elevated your insulin. This state halts your fat-burning potential for the entire morning. This effect extends beyond your hormones. To see why fasting feels so difficult, we have to look at your muscle tissue at a microscopic level. These glowing molecules are caffeine, and they are plugging into adenosine receptors on the surface of your muscle cells. This action temporarily reduces how efficiently your muscles can pull glucose out of your blood, creating a state of short-term insulin resistance. Because sugar cannot easily enter the muscle tissue, it lingers in your bloodstream. When you eventually break your fast, that meal hits your system with disproportionate force, requiring a massive insulin surge to clear the blood and push that energy into storage. While your cells struggle with insulin, early coffee intake creates a second biological hurdle, a rapid mineral drain. Caffeine acts as a diuretic, flushing essential electrolytes, specifically potassium, straight into your urine. This loss of minerals strips your cells of their electrical charge. The muscle weakness and heavy brain fog that strike in the early afternoon are the direct results of this electrolyte depletion, not a lack of calories. Drinking more coffee to fix this fatigue only flushes out more minerals and further desensitizes your insulin receptors, locking you into a cycle of fatigue and fat storage. You can effectively bypass this collision by adopting a protocol known as the 90-minute metabolic delay.
The very first step is to wake up and wait exactly 90 to 120 minutes before taking your very first sip of coffee. During this waiting period, you must stabilize your mineral levels. Drinking a large glass of water mixed with a pinch of sea salt provides the sodium and trace minerals necessary to maintain cellular charge. This eliminates the mineral-driven hunger that many people mistake for a need for caffeine. At minute 90, the hormonal environment stabilizes, the natural cortisol surge settles, and insulin remains flat. Introducing caffeine now triggers a clean adrenaline spike. With cortisol low and insulin quiet, fatty acids flow freely into the bloodstream without resistance. By waiting for this window, your body's demand for energy meets a ready supply of stored fat. You achieve perfectly steady focus and incredible fat-burning efficiency, entirely avoiding the afternoon crash associated with early morning caffeine. Managing your morning window is only the first step.
To sustain these metabolic gains, we have to address exactly how you break your fast later in the day. Even with the 90-minute delay, caffeine leaves a lingering effect on your insulin sensitivity. Breaking your fast with carbohydrates, like bread or sugary cereal, causes a sharp blood sugar spike that abruptly halts fat burning. The safe refeed protocol requires breaking your fast exclusively with high-quality proteins and fats. Options like pasture-raised eggs or a fresh avocado provide all the necessary nutrients entirely without the aggressive sugar hit. Protein blunts the insulin response while delivering amino acids to protect your muscle tissue. This ensures a smooth metabolic transition from burning stored body fat to processing incoming nutrients. Your metabolism is not failing you. It is simply responding to the specific timing of your daily habits. By shifting your coffee intake back by 90 minutes and protecting your cellular minerals, you stop fighting your natural biology and start working completely with it.